We kickstart the bulletin with news from India. Former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, who is admitted in the All India Institute of Medical Sciences in New Delhi, is critical and on life support system. India's premier hospital AIIMS released the medical bulletin of former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. The report says, and I quote, former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee has been admitted for the last 9 weeks at AIIMS. Unfortunately, his condition has worsened in the last 24 hours. His condition is critical and he is on life support system. Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited AIIMS to inquire about ailing leader's health condition last evening. Among others visiting Vajpayee were Union Textiles Minister Smriti Irani and BJP Chief Amit Shah. The former Prime Minister of India, Vajpayee, was admitted to the Premier Medical Institute following respiratory and kidney problems on 11th June. He was diagnosed with urinary tract infection and chest congestion. Vajpayee has had an illustrious political career. He was thrice elected the Prime Minister between 1996 and 1999 and was the first foreign minister to deliver a speech in the UN Assembly in Hindi. And to bring us more and the latest updates on Mr. Vajpayee's ailing health, I'm joined in by our correspondent Siddhant Sibal, who joins us live from New Delhi. Siddhant, even as we speak, Mr. Vajpayee remains in a critical condition as he's been put on life support system. What's the latest you're picking on his health?
Well, right now I'm standing in front of the AIIMS here in New Delhi, and of course a lot of media personnel are present, but security has been beefed up. There has been a beeline of ministers coming here. Last night we saw the Indian Prime Minister visiting him, and right now, even as we speak, the Vice President of India, M. Venkaiah Naidu, has arrived here and he is inside the AIIMS. And right now focus is basically on the next AIIMS report, because the last AIIMS report said that he is critical. Remember, he was not in the public life since 2009, and on June the 11th this year, he was admitted to AIIMS after suffering infection, and since then his situation has remained precarious and critical. And yesterday we saw that bulletin coming from the AIIMS saying that his situation is really serious and critical. So we all are waiting right now for the next bulletin, but we do expect a lot of other ministers coming. A lot of cabinet ministers yesterday came. Yesterday late night they came, and we do expect a lot of Congress ministers to also arrive as the day progresses. But right now the focus on the bulletin, as I've said.
Right, as you said, that the focus remains on the next bulletin, and we will leave it to that. But to end with, Siddhant, you rightly mentioned that there's been a beeline of VIPs over there, including some very big politicians. We also know that, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi also visited Mr. Vajpayee, considering he's been a political stalwart. Who else has, arrived at the hospital?
Well, a lot of cabinet ministers, and the Vice President is here right now speaking inside, and he arrived earlier this morning. But he is a person who doesn't need introduction, and in the history, when the history of modern India will be written after 1947, he will be a person whose name will not only be written in golden words, but a person who will be fondly remembered. He has many firsts in his name, including, as you mentioned, the first external affairs minister to speak at the United Nations in Hindi, but he was also the first non-Congress person to complete 5 years in terms in the office. He, of course, did evolve politically. In late 1990s, he headed 3 successive governments, 2 of course unsuccessfully, first for 13 days, then for 13 months, and then finally for the 5 years. And he will be remembered for a lot of things, including peace initiatives with Pakistan, of course, with Pakistan backstabbed with Kargil. We remember Lahore, we remember Agra, Pokhran test. He will be remembered for those, because after the Pokhran test, India became a nuclear superpower, and today we all are talking about how India is part of of the various multilateral groups such as the worsened Australia group.
Right.
Of course, energy remains critical, and of course, China has been playing a spoil sport. But the foundation was kept by Atal Bihari Vajpayee, so that person will be remembered by the historians late in future in very good way.
Absolutely, completely agree with you. Thank you so much, Siddhant, for bringing us all these details. We will continue to track the latest on Mr. Vajpayee's health.